Now to Sean Townsend. A 9-5 start on the high bar. Can he possibly mount an assault on the leadership role in these USA Gymnastics Championships? We'll find out. Oh.
And the answer to that is no. He struggled day one, was back on track in his first event here on the high bar, but that fall will cost him an entire point.
Tim, you've said he looks tired. He disagrees. Give me an idea. What is his schedule like as the U.S. champion?
Well, he's not just the U.S. champion. That's the key thing. He is the world champion on the parallel bars. So gymnastics, it is a sport that's judged. And so opinions come into play. USA Gymnastics is trying to capitalize on that title. He is the ambassador for the sport right now. He has to travel all over the world, and he just doesn't have time to upgrade some of the routine with the rule changes. But a dismount like that shows you just how good Sean Townsend is, but it is not going to happen at these 2002 U.S. Nationals for Sean Townsend.
And you can tell in his body language, he knows it. He knows this was not a 9-5. This was not even close. This was not something that was going to keep him in the running.
And you know, on top of that, trying to unveil some new elements, it's been very difficult because he doesn't have an opportunity to show these skills at minor events. These are all big time events that Sean Townsend's in. He's hoping that these routines will be his routines for next year and the Olympic Games.
That will be an 8.325, and that would just about shut the door on any hopes of a return to the national championship. Meanwhile, Paul Hamm, like Sean Townsend, started well with a 9.7. And before that 9.7, he had almost a full point lead on the national championship. And with the American flag as a backdrop, he's on the rings.
Blaine's got to pick a little bit up on Paul, and he will on this event. Remember, it's all about upper body strength, and Paul very strong, but some of the positions are not as exact. He should be a little bit lower on that Maltese. And actually on this cross, he's a little bit low, so he kind of gets 10th apart in this exercise, just a little bit.
He did score a 9.325 on the first night of competition.
Well, he's very good and he's very strong, but I tell you, the rules nowadays, you've got to be an animal to get a gigantic score on rings.
Why is it exactly, guys, that in this sport that was built upon perfect tens, that they have it such that you cannot get, or it is almost impossible to get, a perfect 10?
Well, it is all about comparisons. They want to make sure that if somebody does something a little bit harder, a little bit more beautiful, that there is a way to differentiate that athlete.